is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. In this video, I just want to speculate on what is actually going on with a film that is said to be in the works from Blumhouse. Blumhouse has been trying to, or there's been rumblings since late last year when Miramax mentioned that they had interest in using the Scream property as well as Hellraiser as far as their next phase moving forward. Those were in their plans to kind of, I guess, kick out more sequels from those franchises. And then in the early 2019, earlier this year, we started hearing rumblings that Blumhouse, Jason Blum specifically, he gave information that there were discussions of it and that they'd love to get their hands on that property. And there was a slight interest in reviving properties such as Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. But I want to talk about Scream because I feel like there is a reboot of sorts coming. And when I say reboot, I mean that in the way that we see it used pretty much all the time. So people will say reboot and then it ends up being a sequel. I believe a Scream 5 is on the way, not a sequel or not a reboot, but a actual continuation to Scream 4. Now, the reason I've said that is because Jason Blum, he never made mention of wanting to actually reboot the property, whereas opposed to just getting his hands on it and putting more films out there from it. So recently a report came out from Discussing Films stating that Christopher Landon, who is behind the previously successful films or moderately successful films Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You, reports came out that he would be writing and directing an upcoming horror film from Blumhouse. The interesting part was the fact that it said that the movie would be about a killer who wreaks havoc in a small neighborhood. Now, that's not very original, so that's kind of where the speculation comes from. And I doubt it's another remake of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I doubt it has anything to do with The Collector, although that it could also be The Collector. I don't know, because I do believe they were rumblings about The Collector 3 happening. But I'm pretty confident that this is Scream because Blumhouse has talked about doing this for quite some time. Miramax has been trying to, they seem like they were trying to get another Scream movie out there. Now, the reason why I'm a little bit doubtful to assume or to conclude that it is in fact Scream 5 is just because of the fact that it's not going to have involvement from Wes Craven. So without the involvement from Wes Craven, I know a lot of the people who are on board with the original quadrilogy of films, they probably won't want to have anything to do with this. So, and the fact that also they have had at least one person come out and say they had interest in it. David Arquette, he said he would be down to come back for Scream 5, but the report also mentions that production on this project is supposed to begin in October. So while the report states that production begins in October and there hasn't been any news regarding the cast or anything, I mean that at the end of the day it could still in fact be Scream 5, but I'm expecting it to probably end up being something else. But I'm going to stick to my gut and probably just say that this is more than likely going to end up being Scream 5. I hope it does end up being Scream 5. And I hope we get Neve Campbell back. I hope we get Courtney Cox, David Arquette. Maybe even bring back Hayden Panettiere, because we still do not know if Kirby actually lived or died at the end of Scream 4. I just want to see a fifth and final film for this franchise that would pay tribute to Wes Craven and his legacy. Now, I would also bring back Kevin Williamson to kind of act as like an executive producer on the film, or act as a producer or someone to guide them in the right path, someone to look at the script that Christopher Landon is going to write and kind of fine tune it and tweak it and suggest any changes that should be made, stuff like that. I would bring back Kevin Williamson because if you're not going to have Wes Craven, at least bring back Kevin. As far as where I would like the narrative to go, that's kind of up to them. It sounds like, I mean, from the end of Scream 4, I believe they were trying to talk, they were kind of talking about making Kirby the new lead. I wouldn't do that. I would just make Sidney be the lead, make this be the final film, end it in a bang, That's what I'm hoping for. Now again, this could in fact be a reboot. This may be a movie that has nothing to do with the original property. Blumhouse may just be trying to do an entirely new, different Ghostface film. But let me know what you guys think about this report down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. In the description, I'll have links on my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there to let me know if there's any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. With all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.